So before we hop into this video, let's talk some quick tech specs, timestamps in the description for anyone that wants to skip this part. So I got these for $25 at the pawn shop, and I got to be honest with you, I am glad that I purchased them, and I'm glad that they didn't care about the value of their product, because these are some super good headphones. They're normally priced at $200. These are called the JBL Live Beam 3s, USB-C. You have a full touchscreen case, which allows you to answer and hang up calls, change the volume and different things for the outside. You will need the JBL application, which is 100% free, in order to customize all these features that you see right here. But outside of that, these headphones are pretty good so far. So what does it come with? You have 48 hours of battery life, and we need to talk a little bit about the battery life right now, and I'm going to break that down for you. So what that means is you have talk time. This is very important. With ANC off, 6 hours. With ANC on, you have 5 hours of talk time. And when it comes to listening time, you get 12 hours with ANC off and 10 hours with ANC on. So kind of keep that in mind. Now, naturally, if you decide to combine the two, then your battery life is going to vary throughout the day. But all you got to do is basically pop them back inside the case like I did right now, and you should have no problems whatsoever. Now, these are IP rated. Let me just double check that. IP55 for water and dust proof. You have Bluetooth 5.3 when it comes to connectivity speeds. You do have multi-point. And again, like I said before, you have a stay aware mode. Well, I probably didn't say that part initially, but you have your ANC, adaptive ANC. You can customize how strong the ANC is. You have a talk through mode and so many different features that we're going to talk about in each section of this video. So with that being said, like always, like and subscribe for the people that want to see these type of videos. If you have any questions, always ask away, and I'll do my best to respond within a reasonable time. Put it that way. Anyway, let's get right into this video. So I'm going to show you guys how to actually sync these buds. All you have to do is open up the case. The left bud and the right bud are going to communicate with each other. So I'm going to give it about a good 7 seconds or so, real seconds in real time, for them to communicate. And then we're going to hit pair a new device. Let me see if that enough time. It's blinking, blinking. I think it's enough time right now. All right, so it might take a little bit longer than what I'm doing right now. Here we go. JBL Live Beam 3 right here. All you have to do is tap that. Give it a moment to communicate. You have the option to allow it for your contact history and whatnot. You don't actually have to. I'm going to press pair, and you're good to go. So if you follow these instructions right here, you shouldn't have any issues whatsoever with actually connecting the JBL Live Beam 3. In addition to that, if you already have an Android device and some type of Android email for the Play Store, it can actually remember your settings and download it automatically if you save it to your profile. I'm going to press yes for that, and I'm pretty much good to go. So keep that in mind. So these are the buds inside the ears right now. As you can see, they are snugly, they are tight and deep inside of the ear themselves. To be completely honest with you, I have done exercise with these, running, did a little bit of jogging. I did some sit-ups, push-ups, and things like that. And every so often I had to kind of like just push it back into my ear to be tightly in there. But for the most part, for the person that goes to the gym, you shouldn't really have a problem with these falling outside of your ears because they are pretty snug. Now, that's a good aspect. The bad aspect is that these are some very, 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 as you can see right here, I'm just put in camera view, chunky buds that you see right here. So over time, you know, I use a lot of FL Studio with these buds on my laptop primarily. And maybe after an hour, hour and a half tops, depending on the volume that I'm using these earbuds at, I do feel pressure pressing on this part of the ear right here. The back is perfectly fine for the most part. This part right here starts to get a little bit sore. And over time, right here starts to get a tad bit sore when I play it at about 70% on a regular basis. That's just the way they are. They're very, very chunky buds. Now, for the person that has medium to larger size ears, I don't think you're going to have an issue with the fit. It actually is going to do you justice, the size of the buds. For the people out there that have smaller ears, these aren't really for you. Now, you could buy them and they could fit you just fine, and that's just me. This is just my personal experience. Don't let that stop you from picking up a pair of earbuds if you're interested in them. But for me, the moment I place them inside the ear, I do feel pressure right here. It doesn't hurt, but I do feel the pressure where it's pressing on my ear right here, and that could be uncomfortable for a lot of people, especially if you're not used to earbuds. And might I say that there are other brands or other JBL buds in general that aren't as chunky as this, so you won't have that pressure. So, to each their own. Just kind of keep that in mind when it comes to picking out buds. Music quality is honestly out of this world for this particular headset. Now, I know there's a lot of audiophiles out there that love listening to just different type of earbuds like me. I get a lot of them on a regular basis, but it's rare for me to just sit down and just use one pair all the time just because of the quality of the music. I actually dedicated this headset right here to my laptop that I use for FL Studio and any type of editing that's necessary for some of these YouTube videos to actually get posted. And it sounds phenomenal. Like when it comes to the bass and quality, the bass does not suffer at all, whether you're at 100%, 50%, doesn't matter what you're using. The bass sounds perfect. They do get extremely loud. So what I would suggest is if you want to use the volume limiter, you do have the option to do so for someone that's younger. But for all the adults out there, do what you want to do, go at it. But the music quality is phenomenal. The vocals and then a lot of the songs that I listen to, whether it's Childish Gambino, whether it's Linkin Park, Korn, Trippie Redd, it honestly does not matter what genre of music you're listening to. This sounds good with all of it. In addition to that, whether I played this connected to a Steam Deck, a Nintendo Switch, or just my PC in general, where it has a Bluetooth dongle connected to it, everything sounds phenomenal. I've been enveloped in everything that I'm doing. So much so that I actually decided to play Resident Evil 4 Remake, and when it comes to the gunshots and the music and just the cinema of everything happening in the background, I felt like I was really enveloped in the game. Headphones have come a really, really long way, for being honest, and normally I do have over-the-heads obviously connected to my computer, but this is a replacement for me personally. I'm not telling everybody else to do that because you may not like the way these feel for long periods of time. I do think that the design itself and the choice for the buds it could have been a little bit better in my opinion, a little lighter too. But outside of that, when it comes to music, JBL definitely delivers, and I have nothing negative to say. I can describe the music quality all day long. The point is that they are phenomenal, and I am not mad about it at all. So I'm currently sitting indoors inside of my office and my apartment, and these are how the headphones are going to sound in a more quiet environment. So for the person out there wondering, hey, how's the actual voice quality with these 6 microphones? This is what you're going to hear if you're doing any form of recordings, or if you're having a conversation in a quiet, nice environment. This is the quality that you're going to get. Now, it will differ if you go outside, and I have a separate sound profile for that. So just stay tuned. It's coming up next. This right here is going to be a sound sample of how these headphones hold up when traffic are going past. I purposely waited to make sure that I can get the maximum amount of cars and background noise for you guys. But I happen to think that it's pretty good for the 6 microphones. Naturally, for the price of $199, these microphones better be top tier. But anyway, for the people wondering how it's going to sound outside when, just life is going, here's your sample. Now, just in case you guys are wondering right here, as soon as you sign in to the JBL headset, meaning you download the application, I apologize, not sign in. If the buds are synced, you're going to see the buds pop up immediately. And I'm just going to go over some of these sections right here so you guys can see a little bit slowly. This right here shows you how charged the actual earbuds are in general. You have ambient sound controls. Right here, you have actual settings for the smart case itself. As you can see, 24-hour time, message notifications. You can actually have set your own lock wallpaper and whatnot. You have smart talk, which is a pretty cool feature. I turned it off personally, but it actually allows your buds to, every time you speak, it'll lower the musical volume of whatever it is that you're doing for a certain amount of specified time. Right here, 5 seconds, 15 seconds, or 20 seconds, so that you can hear the other person speaking to you. And then when it ceases to hear your voice, it'll just go back to its original volume, the way that you had it, so you can continue listening to your music. Can get a little annoying at times if you don't know how to use it properly, but it's not bad as an overall. But I personally turned it off. You have the options for smart audio and video. So you have an audio mode and a video mode. And video mode definitely makes a difference when you're watching things like Netflix, Hulu, YouTube in general, like videos and whatnot. It sounds pretty good. But for the person that doesn't feel like going through the constant switch of changing between audio and video, the regular mode is just fine also, so keep that in mind. You do have the smart automation right here. I've almost got the word incorrectly, where you can pick up calls automatically by taking these outside of the case. You do have auto pause and play, which you have the option to turn that off for the person out there that doesn't really care about this form of customization. Of course, you do have gesture controls for the left and the right side right here too. So you're getting all the features jam-packed in one. And over here we have the audio. I keep mine personally on the LDAC because I love the way it sounds. And believe it or not, even though I did change the equalizer as a whole, I reset the application when I decided to do this video, and I left it on the regular equalizer for the video section, especially for the music section. Boy, do these buds sound good right outside the box as is, and it's only going to get a whole lot better if you decide to do all the customization options that you see right here. So this is it. This is good, man. I'm stuttering. This is pretty good. Yes, sound level optimization. You have the max volume limiter. You have the left and right balance, which is very important for the person out there that may be hard of hearing. So let's say hypothetically your left ear is better than your right ear, and you might have some issues with your right ear, vice versa. You have the option to actually optimize it so the sound does still come out concise and very clear for that person. So they are paying attention to people that might be a little hearing impaired and whatnot. You have the voice aware mode for anyone wondering what that is right here. It'll actually, this is really cool right here, control how much of your own voice you hear during phone calls. You ever have a headset and it sounds like your voice is louder than what it's supposed to actually be, so you end up turning it down, and then that other person on the other side of the phone call says that, their voice sounds lower? Well, this will actually take care of that feature if you choose to do so. Also, ANC is temporarily turned off when you are in meeting or voice chat. So yeah, the ANC suction noise filling is going to go away, so it can give you clear and conciseness when you hear the voices. And then once you're done, the ANC will actually come back on when that call is over. So kind of keep that in mind. You have the option for the sound settings, which is basically changing the equalizer if you choose to. And you have voice settings, the natural, powerful, and bright. Let's say bright. That's an odd choice, but I normally leave mine on natural. My suggestion is to try these settings all around when you get an opportunity. If you get these buds, try them. One might be clearer than the other, and it might sound better to you. I'm not going to tell you what to change it to because we all have different sound profiles, the way we hear things. And then lastly, we have the other right here, which is Find My Buds, power saving. You have these relaxing sounds, which is basically ambient sounds and whatnot for the person out there that wants that. You can actually download your own ambient sounds if you want to through an application, but it is available through this app itself. There's a lot more customization of what I'm showing, but I'm trying to, compress this video for you guys. And of course, anyone that wants a longer, more in-depth analysis, go in the comments and say you want that, and I'll definitely do that video for you guys. So keep that in mind. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. If you can afford the $200, I don't think that these are bad earbuds. But of course, it is a oversaturated market with many different brands. If you're an AirPod, an Apple user, you may decide to get AirPods. If you're a Samsung user, you may decide to get Galaxy Buds. If you're a OnePlus user, you might get OnePlus Buds or Pixel Buds. So to be honest, I don't think that any of your choices are going to be wrong. But for the price I paid, it's definitely still, which is a whopping $25. Now, you do have some decent battery life on this. I'm not even complaining about that. The music quality is phenomenal. The fit and feel, I do feel like the buds could have been a little bit smaller for just maximum comfort, but unfortunately, they are the way that they are, and that might be a turn off for some people. The case itself, it's pretty chunky, not life or death, and you do have the option from just having full-blown customization on the outside of your case, which some people will take advantage of and some people won't. It's not life or death. It's not like these are features that really make or break the headset, though you're not going to find many headsets that actually have a screen on the outside. JBL wanted to stand out, and this is what they decided to do, so you are paying a lot more money for that technology. If this screen wasn't here, you'd probably be paying like $149 or $129 for these earbuds, but the case do make a difference when it comes to everyday life. Now, am I telling you to go outside and go pay for some $200 headphones? Absolutely not. But my experience with them, for anyone that was interested, is pretty good. I mean, I have nothing really negative to say outside of the fit and feel, and you've seen the rest of the video if you chose to watch it. I like them a lot, and I am going to actually keep doing updates on these to let you guys know how I feel about them after using them for about 3 months or so, because at the end of the day, I only had them for a couple weeks when I initially purchased it, and personal opinions do change, especially when I try other buds from other companies. This might be lower on the total poll once I try another product out. Anyway, Like and subscribe like always, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all in the next video. Till then, take care, peace, be safe, and if I could do it, live long and prosper.